Hello, everyone. It's the hardcore legend Mick Foley wishing a nice day to everyone there, right there at True Heel Heat. Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for our WWE Survivor Series War Games preview. I am here with my esteemed colleague, the face and the ace of the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. You usually see him on these previews with me, as well as your weekly watch-alongs. He is Romeo. What's going on, good brother?
What's up, bro? What's up, everybody in the chat? Survivor Series this Saturday. And we'll be here watching along with us. So watch with us.
Yes, it is looking to be a very interesting show. Definitely the most hype, the most buzz going into Survivor Series show in quite some time. I would say since the first brand split or the last brand split in 2016 when they first did the Raw versus SmackDown in 2016. I don't think there's been as much hype since then, but it does now with War Games approaching. We want to thank everyone who is joining us live here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, Facebook, and Twitter. We appreciate you all for joining us live. Remember to show your appreciation back by dropping the thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here coming off a very busy AEW Full Gear week. Now we got a WWE Survivor Series War Games coming up. So you got the preview today. You got the watch along on Saturday. You got the review on Sunday. You got the True Hill Heat Flagship podcast. You got Elite Eat tonight. So great time to subscribe and hit the bell so you always get notified whenever we go live, and sound off in the live chat with your thoughts on Survivor Series War Games. What do you think about the matches, your predictions, and what do you expect out of the show this coming Saturday? We got CM here with us in the live chat saying no, War Games won't deliver. She's answering one of the questions in the title. I love it. Ace is here with us saying, what's up, SP3 Romeo in chat. Frantic World is here to say, what's up, SP3 Romeo in chat. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate y'all all on this Wednesday at 1:05 p.m. Eastern time. So we got 5 matches on tap as of now for Survivor Series War Games. What's your feelings going into this Saturday show, Romeo?
I love it. I strongly disagree, CM. I think at least 4 of these 5 matches advertised are going to deliver. And I love the Survivor Series means something again. It's not this stupid brand supremacy, especially when it's usually after a draft and people are just showing up on their rosters and been there for a cup of coffee. That stuff is over with. Now Survivor Series is about the storylines that were already going and already built in. That helps. Introducing War Games into the pay-per-view, that's great. In both cases, it fits here in both storylines, so I like it. This Survivor Series is different from what we're used to in the Vince McMahon era, and yeah, Triple H has been pissing me off lately with some of this writing, but the War Games into Survivor Series was a good move.
I'm glad you are keeping the same energy and you are admitting that Triple H has been fucking up a little bit as of late.
Yes.
I'm glad you are not like a lot of these e-drones online who no, we have to give him time. He's only had 3 months, guys. Yeah, he had to do a lot, guys. I'm glad.
This Raw was so lazy. I'm still getting over scripts from last night. I'm still haven't recovered.
The worst debut of 2022, man. I say this past week had me rewriting a lot of my list for the end of the year because we had great matches and then you had that last night. I was like, well, there goes my worst debut of the year or worst gimmick of the year. There you go.
Oh man. But how do you feel about like the new Survivor Series as compared to the old Survivor Series?
I mean, I like it in a way though. It's really just fall brawl. I mean, that's all it really is. It's Fall Brawl. Fall Brawl was just a pay-per-view so they could do war games, and that's what they made
But
Survivor
is this
Series.
better than Raw versus SmackDown? Champs, the champs versus the champs, where it didn't mean anything in the end. This
I
means more to
mean,
me.
that offered some of the best matches in recent memory, whether it was Brock versus AJ Styles or Brock versus Bryan Danielson. So,
Yeah,
like,
those were fun. But you
yeah,
know what? You know what also like to me is like we had been in a rut a lot with the booking where we would just see rematch after rematch after rematch. That finally it was a breath of fresh air. Survivor Series. Oh, finally we see something new. I think we got
yeah.
into that habit.
I think that my only apprehension in saying like it's a good thing is that I feel like they have scrapped what made the only good thing about the old Survivor Series format, which was the elimination matches. I wish that we would have if like I kind of said this when we did the full gear preview, me and Joe, but I said the ROH four-way that shouldn't have been happening on that show. That show they had built up the trios match with Yuta,
Right.
Brian, Claudio versus the Jericho Appreciation Society. And I kind of feel like that in the way with the OC and Judgment Day feud, where logically you should have just had the AJ and Finn Balor match at Crown Jewel and let Carl Anderson take care of his New Japan business. But no, you wanted to rush into the 6-man tag and you had no choice but to basically make Judgment Day look powerful going into the pay-per-view, and then they won at the pay-per-view, so it made OC look like chumps. It should have been AJ basically coming up with backup to face Balor at Crown Jewel, and then here at Survivor Series should have been elimination, maybe even like a 6-man or a 4-on-4 with Mia and Rhea.
Absolutely with the
I
women.
would I would have done that. I'm more interested in the OC versus Judgment Day than I am AJ Styles and Finn Balor. And this is a match that 5 years ago I was salivating over off of a six day build. And now with multiple month build, I'm not interested in this match. This is one of the least interesting matches. I know it's going to deliver, but as far as what they have done to build this match up, I don't think they have done a good job.
Yeah, I mean, and I was saying, the old Raw versus SmackDown with the title matches, like that would have been hard to do this year anyway, because with the tag team and the world champion, they gonna face themselves.
Yeah. I think they made the right choice for how they were booking the champions with all the undisputed champions and all of that. A couple of comments to feature here. We got Ace who says, "Did y'all think that Sammy Uso spoiled the outcome of the main event?" I mean, we will get to that when we talk about the main event, but I do think that Sammy Uso did kind of foreshadow what the main event outcome is going
What
to
did he
be.
say?
When we get to that,
All right, don't forget.
we'll address that. I'll star the comment just in case you forget, so you don't forget. All right, so Romeo, let's get into these matches. Keep sounding off in the live chat. Of course, your super chat donations helps out the channel, helps us grow, helps out all the contributors that you see on screen. If you have a little bit extra, you're feeling generous, we always appreciate that, and we're going to make sure your comment is highlighted on screen with us. But let's get right into the match that we kind of already started talking about here, Romeo. Let's talk about the OC's AJ Styles going one-on-one with the leader of the Judgment Day, Finn Balor. These two men have pretty much been involved in this entire story since WrestleMania. It was at WrestleMania that the Judgment Day first embers started to gain fire as Damian Priest joined the side of Edge. We had the whole disembarkment of Edge and Finn Balor kind of replacing him. And now we've been experiencing a couple of months where it feels like Judgment Day has been rebuilt into a force on Monday Night Raw, thanks to the insertion of Dominic Mysterio in a lot of ways. But this whole AJ Styles and Finn Balor feud comes off of Finn joining the Judgment Day and then trying to recruit AJ Styles, beating him up week after week due to the numbers game, until AJ Styles recruited Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows to have his back against Finn Balor's crew. They took care of the Rhea Ripley problem by getting Mia Yim, so they finally have it one-on-one. All the other sides are even. Who's going to win here? Styles versus Balor. What have you thought about the feud, and who do you think wins?
I agree in what we mentioned earlier, that, what you mentioned earlier, that this should have been the traditional Survivor Series 4-on-4 elimination. I don't care that the women are in it. Let the women be in it. So what? Whatever. If they don't have to get physical with the men, but I think these two could handle that if you needed that to do that. That's crazy that I'm saying I'd rather see that right now than AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. That's crazy. That's crazy of me to say. I know, but it's Survivor Series. You got to have the Survivor Series theme. Finn Balor. Listen, AJ Styles. He hasn't won a pay-per-view since when? I think I read this somewhere. Has it been years since AJ Styles has won a singles match?
I think the last time he won a singles match on pay-per-view was 2019. I think it was during when he first turned heel with the OC and he was feuding with Ricochet.
Knowing that information, I can't be the guy that says, "Oh, it ends here." I can't confidently say that. I'll go with Finn Balor. Triple H likes booking Finn Balor strong. AJ Styles, I'm sure he could think that AJ will be fine losing again because AJ always recovers for some reason. So go Finn Balor. Even though storyline-wise, Mia Yim should be the one that makes a difference here. Otherwise, why did you even introduce her? AJ should win, but I just, they're going to throw a swerve somewhere in this card. So Finn.
I'll go with AJ Styles because of that stat that he hasn't won a singles match on pay-per-view in 3 years. That's ridiculous. He's been getting chumped out. The OC look like chumps coming out of Crown Jewel. I mean, Mia Yim helps them a little bit. It adds a different, element to the group, but he needs wins. And this is a big win for him to have there. So hopefully he gets that. We got Smart Psychology Podcast here with us. Thank you for joining us. What it do, True Hill Heat fam? We got Queen Mo, who says Finn did just lose his first singles match in a long time last week. I don't think he's losing again, so I think Finn wins. So she agrees with Romeo here, but we digress. We got a difference there. Let's see if we got a difference in this one. I doubt it. It's for the SmackDown.
I think we're agreeing the rest of the way. I think that was the hardest call right there.
For the SmackDown Women's Championship, we got Ronda Rousey defending against Shotzi. Shotzi earned the #1 contendership by winning a fatal 5-way a couple of weeks back. Since then, Ronda and Shayna Baszler have been showing off their new realignment, their reunion on Shotzi. She's been the victim of them, but she did pick up a huge victory over Shayna Baszler thanks to a distraction from Raquel Rodriguez, setting up a tag team match this week on SmackDown. But Ronda retains, right? Yeah.
I mean, what can I say nicely about this? I'm glad Shotzi is, being featured again after being on the shelf for so long. But this is going to be Ronda in less than 10 minutes. If it's passable, I think that's exceeding expectations. If it's passable.
Yeah, serviceable, passable, I think is the bar here, the bar that they have to exceed. If they're able to do that, I'd be quite surprised. I don't think that Shotzi has showed the work to earn this opportunity. I think that she is talented and that she has a role that she can fit on the main roster. I just don't think they have found it yet. And I don't think that she has shown her best work on the main roster as of yet. The same girl that we saw in NXT, I still haven't seen it on SmackDown.
Honestly, she's better off in the War Games match. I know the War Games has, it's full of, other women, and we'll talk about who that mystery woman is, but that's Shotzi's style right there. It's chaos and carnage. So
this is true. This is true. Let's talk about a match that I am sure will definitely deliver. This was kind of in the main event program outside of War Games on Monday Night Raw for the United States Championship. You got Seth Rollins defending in a triple threat match against Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory, the two last United States champions. It was at Money in the Bank that Bobby Lashley defeated Austin Theory for the United States Championship. After a 100-day reign, Bobby Lashley lost the title to Seth Rollins, thanks to Brock Lesnar attacking him beforehand and Seth taking advantage. But this all came to fruition, this triple threat, thanks to Austin Theory, who tried to take advantage of Bobby Lashley attacking Seth Rollins a couple of weeks back on Monday Night Raw and tried to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase on the United States Championship he previously held. He was unfortunately stopped thanks to Bobby Lashley, who pulled the referee out of the ring and then beat down Austin Theory, and it led to Theory losing to Seth Rollins 2 weeks ago. Austin Theory got some revenge, laying out Rollins after he successfully defended against Finn Balor. But now we have this triple threat match here where Bobby Lashley is looking powerful. He had that match with Brock Lesnar. Despite losing, he did take like 90% of that matchup. He's looked like a world beater. The beating that he gave to, Mustafa Ali this past week and last week. Austin Theory is getting kind of a rehab thanks to what many are calling, including WWE themselves, the worst Money in the Bank cash-in of all time. But then you also have Seth Rollins here, who we thought 2 weeks ago with the whole Theory angle, he turned babyface, and then this week on Raw, he basically was back to his heel character, even brought up Cody Rhodes. So it's very confusing, these guys' alignment, where they are. And I feel like this is another one that is kind of unpredictable to predict here, because you would think they want to keep Lashley strong if he's going to verse Brock Lesnar again. You would think that, they want to continue the run of Seth Rollins, but they also want to rehab Austin Theory, which has kind of been the goal and the effort over the last 2 weeks. So I think this is an interesting one to guess. So who do you think wins?
I feel confident saying Seth Rollins wins. He is the guy on Raw right now without a world champ. As you said with Lashley, you keep him strong here by not factoring in the decision. I think you continue to rehab Theory by having him just go darker and darker path. And how do you do that? By having him continue to lose for now. For now. He can't lose forever. For now. You have him descent into darkness and what kind of sadistic shit he'll be into in the future. Seth wins here, pinning Theory.
Yeah, I think this will be very telling of where they're going with this whole Austin Theory character. If they want to give him a quick rehab, him winning this triple threat match and beating two former world champions to win back the United States Championship is a quick way to do that. It would definitely depend on how they follow up with that and how this reign would go for him, but that would be the best way to kind of quickly rehab him. But all that with saying, I'm going to stick with Seth Rollins. I'm going to say Seth Rollins wins. I think they're going to continue his run. I do think Theory is going to be the guy to dethrone him. I just don't think it's going to be on Saturday.
Fair enough.
We got in the live chat, my boy Blue saying, make sure y'all smash that like button like Seth smashed Austin Theory's hopes and dreams of cashing in on him. Yes. Hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you are new. Smart Mark Psychology podcast saying Seth is not a face or a heel now. He's a feel. He's whichever we feel he is. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with if he's gonna be a tweener, but if you're going to be a tweener and you're going to retain your cheers, you shouldn't be that annoying like he was in that sit-down interview. He was quite annoying. He was back to his annoying self when he was trying to get everybody to boo.
Don't change, Seth. Be yourself. If they cheer, they cheer. If they boo, they boo. Keep being your obnoxious self. That's entertaining. I hate the old babyface Seth character. It was groan-inducing, vomit-inducing. This Seth Rollins is entertaining. Do you agree?
I like this Seth Rollins, but I think they found the right balance last week with that. where he was still doing the laughing. He was very confident, but he also he was endearing as well. He talked about him being here for 10 years and the journey he's been on. That stuff gets him the cheers and helps him retain the cheers of the people that think he's cool. But going over the top into the heel realm will erase that.
Everybody just loves that song.
Oh, Santo says, what up? I enjoyed the watch along last night and can't wait to hear the predictions. Yes, we got Seth so far for the US title. We got a difference of opinion in AJ and Finn. Both got Ronda. Now it is time to discuss War Games.
Very nice. I was going to be disappointed if you didn't say it like that.
I had to. I mean, Butch has been trying, so I had to try too. So let's talk about first the women's War Games match, as it's going to be Team Bianca Belair as the Raw Women's Champion. Bianca Belair captains a team of Asuka, Alexa Bliss, Michin, Mia Yim, and a mystery partner that will be revealed on this Friday SmackDown against Team Damage Control. Bailey, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
Love these posters, by the way.
Yes. Nikki Cross and the Judgment Days, Rhea Ripley. This has all been building up since SummerSlam, when Damage Control made their presence known, got in the face of Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch after their Raw Women's title match. The following night, Damage Control attacked the separated shoulder of Becky Lynch, taking her out. Over the next couple of weeks, they took out the likes of Asuka and Alexa, defeated Asuka, Alexa, and Bianca Belair at Clash at the Castle. Bianca and Bailey had a pair of two great Raw Women's Championship matches at Extreme Rules and Crown Jewel, with Bianca coming out on top. But Damage Control still seems to be a problem. They were able to recruit Nikki Cross, the person that helped them win back the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Then they were able to recruit Rhea Ripley after Mia Yim turned down their offer and joined Team Belair. And now there's only one spot remaining. Fightful Select came out with a report early this week saying that reports are saying that we are likely going to see the return of Becky Lynch at Survivor Series, with most people pegging her to be this fifth member. But we've had the likes of Candice LeRae discussed by fans, Beth Phoenix discussed by fans. I like the fact that this open spot, it could be any number of those people. Of course, there is the people that is in Boston. They want it to be Sasha Banks, or if not, it's Sasha.
Oh yeah, and can't you see the little blue hair? Can't you see that's Mia Yim's blue hair, idiot? Can't believe that.
Look at that blue
theory that came out. Look at the blue hair.
Look at that blue. I can see
Mia Yim's hair.
I can see the blue, y'all. I can see the blue. They think they sick. They think they sick. They let it go. They just let it slip there. I saw the blue. It's Sasha. It's gotta be Sasha. Nah, it's not gonna be Sasha. But who do you think is gonna be in the fifth spot, and who do you think wins? With who gets the win, and who takes the fall?
I gotta believe the reports. I think it's Becky Lynch. If it is, I was kind of curious, why wouldn't you reveal that on Monday, especially with the way Raw ended, with all the women. That would have been a nice way to end the show and salvage a very poor and lazy and lackluster show. I think it's Becky Lynch. I'm kind of surprised Liv Morgan's not doing anything. Why is she not doing anything? Why is she not?
She's not that important.
She's dropped off the totem pole. Jeez.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It makes zero sense that this Raw storyline centered on the Raw Women's Championship gets their final reveal of the final member of the team on SmackDown. I know more people watch SmackDown. I know that's the one on network television. But just from logistical standpoint, it makes no sense that the reveal is there.
I kind of hope it's Beth Phoenix, just to offset Rhea Ripley, since she's in this and that's where the beef is. Because I'd rather see Becky, if it was going to be her, I'd rather see it on Raw. So Beth Phoenix here would make a little bit more sense. I don't know, maybe more than Becky. I don't know. I also think Alexa Bliss turns on the team. I think she does. I think she turns on her teammates. But I think they still win. I'm going with the baby faces here. I think Bianca will overcome the odds in the end. Watch it be like a 3-on-1 or something like that, or Bianca just overcomes the odds.
Ah, man, I said I wasn't going to pick against Bianca anymore after she totally made me look so wrong, put my foot in my mouth at Extreme Rules and at Crown Jewel.
Don't do it.
But I'm not picking Team Damage Control for Damage Control because I know they are too damaged beyond repair that the Control team can't even come in. I am picking them for Rhea Ripley. The rise of Rhea Ripley begins in War Games, and I think she will once again, like she did in 2019, get the pinfall victory and beat a champion. I think Rhea Ripley pins Bianca Belair to win War Games.
I think Bianca pins Nikki Cross.
That is fair. We got a couple of comments here. Smart Psychology Podcast says Becky Lynch would make sense. She would make a lot of sense, I think, because it would put the story back on what the whole War Games is for, which is damage control. Because ever since Rhea Ripley and Mia Yim have been involved in this, it's been muddy about what's the real focus of this women's War Games. So Becky being that fifth spot puts the focus back on damage control because she's back in this spot because of what damage control did.
If it was Becky, wouldn't you make that return at the pay-per-view? Why would you not? Why would you do it on Friday? I don't get it.
Because you don't get it. It's in Boston, bro. You don't think there's a whole bunch of Sasha Banks marks that's going to convince themselves on Saturday that she's the fifth person? So you better announce it on Friday because even if it's Becky Lynch returning, she will get booed not being Sasha Banks if they make it a mystery going into the pay-per-view. So I think WWE is on the smart side by announcing that it's not Sasha Banks
I guess
before the pay-per-view.
Yeah, you're right. But you're foolish anyways if you think Sasha Banks is coming back. Anyways, you're foolish.
But
I guess don't give that to him.
That describes 85% of WWE fans.
85% of wrestling fans, if you ask me.
That's true.
Not you guys watching. Not you guys watching.
No, you guys are smart because you're here. Queen Moan says if it's Becky, they may be doing it on SmackDown because Becky seems to be in Ireland right now. Oh, okay. So that's why they didn't do it on Raw. Okay, she's explaining that. That makes sense.
Who do you want it to be?
Who do I want it to be? I like Becky. I think Becky's a great choice because like I said, the out there kind of fictional far-fetched one would be Sasha. So you have to get someone who's a return who can get as big of a pop as Sasha would have, and that's Becky Lynch. Beth Phoenix needs to come back with Edge. So her coming back in this position, that's not the real story is not Rhea and Beth. It's Rhea, it's Beth and Edge versus Judgment Day. It's not about Rhea and Beth. We can get Rhea and Beth out of that, but the gist of the story is about Edge and Beth versus Judgment Day. So Edge should come back with Beth.
If it's Becky, I could see, Bianca and Becky is just enough to overcome Alexa turning on him. So I really think Alexa's turning. You heard it here first.
I don't know. I don't.
Reminds me of when
they did foreshadow it on Raw.
Dakota Kai turned on War Games, remember?
Yeah. They did foreshadow it on Raw with Corey mentioning she doesn't seem into this at all.
And they'll still win. It'll be like when Big Show turned on his team at Survivor Series and Dolph still won.
I mean, Rhea's team still won even after Dakota turned on them.
That's fine.
Smart Psychology Podcast says, "Do you think they kind of dropped the ball with damage control?"
Yes, and yes.
Yeah. This is you. If anybody tells me has the audacity to tell me that Triple H has been booking everything perfect, the trump card, how I would win the debate is a big old card that has Dakota Kai, Io Sky, and Bailey on it. And I'm just going to have a picture of them at SummerSlam and a picture at them at Extreme Rules. Literally, it took them 2 months to ruin this.
Some of the worst booking of the year from any company.
Yeah.
And even if they won this match here, like, so what? It'd probably be because of Rhea Ripley, who's not even in damage control.
Yeah, like literally, I am doing a list over at patreon.com/True Heat. $3 a month. You get exclusive content over there. Got a new show called The Countdown, and the Patreon backers voted on the worst AEW booking decisions of 2022. And I think already in 3 months, I think I can make 5. I can make a top 5 for Triple H already.
But let's not get into it now. Let's save that.
I know.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I know.
But
I mean,
off
the top of my head, I mean, it's this Austin Theory, Liv Morgan. Off the top of my head, I just came up with 3, so yeah. I'm halfway there. We also got in the live chat here, Cortian, who says if Bianca's team wins, then Bayley has to take the title the next time they fight. They should not fight a next time. What are we talking about? She lost 2 times, and one of those times was a 3-on-1 advantage. Like, no, we're done. We're moving on after this. This is the
like SP3 said,
of the feud.
Wait, he said if Bianca's team wins, then that means that Bayley shouldn't even get another shot. If Bayley needs to win in order for even justify doing that again, Bayley would have to win. Bianca wins, and move on.
I don't understand. Yeah. We got Will Chesum said if it was Vince, he would let it play out until Saturday. Yeah. Vince.
If it was Vince, you're not getting War Games matches to begin with.
That too. But he's more talking about the fifth spot. Yeah, he would have caused Becky Lynch to get booed on her return, or at least get a smatter of boos. I don't think she would get a lot of boos. Like if it was Candice LeRae, definitely, she would get booed if they saved it until Saturday.
That's funny. No, can't be her.
So I feel sorry for her, but no. We got Queen Amon who says, I agree that Alexa does turn, and I think Alexa will be Bianca's Rumble opponent. That actually makes sense. I think it's going to be I think Rhea is going to get her shot at Royal Rumble, or she's going to win the Rumble.
I think she's going to win the Rumble, yeah. Early guess.
Same here.
I agree.
She's the early favorite. Now, Romeo, let's talk about the other War Games match, the men's War Games match, as it's going to be the Bloodline, represented by undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns, teaming with undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions Jay and Jimmy, the Usos, Solo Sikoa, and the honorary Uso Sami Zayn.
Sammy, we need a picture, Sammy. We need a picture for the promo, the card. Okay, got you, my dog. Looks great, Sammy. Looks great.
And versus Team Brutes, the Brawling Brutes of Sheamus, Butch, and Ridge Holland, as well as Drew McIntyre, and the 5th member that was revealed on last Friday's SmackDown, Kevin Owens. The Bloodline have dominated WWE for over the past 2 years, with the Usos dominating the tag team division, Roman Reigns undisputed Universal Champion for over 800 days. But it's gotten even worse over the last couple of months. At Clash at the Castle, Solo Sikoa arrived and joined the Judgment Day to screw Drew McIntyre out of the championship in his home country. The Brawling Brutes have come up short against the Usos time and time again, and then Solo Sikoa defeated Sheamus, and then they broke the arm of Sheamus, taking him out for a number of weeks so he can get married. But this all really started for the babyface side with Kevin Owens, who was screwed over by Jey Usos and the Bloodline against Roman Reigns on 3 occasions from 2020 to 2021. Now he is back on the side against the Bloodline, opposite a man that he has confirmed, he said, is like a brother to him, Sami Zayn. But he says that participation in War Games has nothing to do with Zayn, and it has everything to do with Roman, to make sure the Bloodline is out the way so he can get back to the Undisputed Universal Championship. So many different layers going on here. Talk mostly about the babyface side right there. On the heel side, there's a lot of issues within the bloodline, mainly taking from the insertion of Sami Zayn as the honorary Uso and the opposition of that of Jey Uso. And Sami Zayn on last Friday's SmackDown did actually guarantee victory for the bloodline in War Games. So he said he put his status as the honorary Uso on that word. So I thought that was very key in the promo that he said that. So me personally, I'll get my prediction out the way before we go to you, Romeo. I think Team Brutes win. Team Brutes win with Jey Uso losing the fall for the team. And that will be the catalyst to eject Sami Zayn from the bloodline, since he put his honorary Uso status on the line. So you get the nice little tension going into the segment where you don't know if Roman's going to be mad at Jey for losing or mad at Sami for running his mouth beforehand. And then you get the reveal of they're injecting Sami Zayn because he said he put his status of honorary Uso on the line in War Games. But it was Jey Uso that cost him that. That's why I think that fits in with the multi-layer story that they've told going in, and we get some couple of good bits coming out of this. And I think Sheamus gets the win because I think they're setting up Sheamus to be the Rumble opponent, and then probably Sami. I mean, either Sami or Kevin Owens for Montreal at Extreme Rules. But I think Sheamus gets the win in War Games. Who do you have here? Who do you think gets the win? Who do you think takes the fall?
I think that's cool booking, what you said. And it fits, and it'd make for a good story. But I don't think that's what they're going to do. In the end, I can't bet against Roman. I can't bet against the bloodline, who's been dominant. In the end, Roman must pose. On his way to The Rock at WrestleMania, he must have every accolade possible. And there's an accolade right there. Winner of War Games. You put that on his resume all the way up to The Rock. I think to get some kind of ending that fits the storyline here, maybe Sami Zayn, falls on the sword, so to speak. Maybe he saves Roman from getting a Claymore and takes it himself, and then Roman pins Spears and pins Drew for the win. So I'm gonna go Bloodline. They love having, it's like the first War Games for the Bloodline. They should go over. The Bloodline should win. They are the dominant group against this makeshift five-man team. I know they got their drama with Jey and Sami, but the Bloodline is still the Bloodline, and they have the greatest weapon of all, Roman Reigns. Roman stands tall. Bloodline stands tall, and the heels win. Since I have the baby faces for the women winning, yeah. Let me see. I'm going with the Bloodline. Roman pins Drew. Not saying that your idea is bad. Your idea should be what's done. Your idea should be what's done. But Survivor Series War Games debuting on the main stage, the Bloodline, the first men's one, it's gonna be the Bloodline.
I just don't see how the Bloodline wins here, and that does nothing for the Bloodline story. So that's why I said I think they're more interesting.
Well, Sami gets celebrated like the hero he is after.
Nah. That's not what we want to see. We want to see conflict within the when everything was good with the Bloodline. When everything was good with the Bloodline, everybody was like, "I'm not interested." Now that everything is full of tension and conflict, the Bloodline's interesting. So we need more conflict. We need them to lose.
Roman is gonna appreciate Sami for what he did in the match. Jey will probably fuck up something. Jey gets jealous of Sami getting all the attention. That's how you continue.
That's just the same thing we've been seeing for the past month. We need something that changes the dynamic.
Yeah, but they're not gonna do that at the expense of the Bloodline losing and Roman losing. They're not gonna do that.
No, Roman is not gonna lose. Like I said, Jey Uso is one of the Usos is going to take this. One of the Usos or Sami are going to lose in War Games.
Roman must pose at the end.
We got Will Tism who says, I feel bad for Jey that Sami is breaking him every week now with him laughing. Yeah, it's getting a weekly occurrence now. Even the handshake on this past Friday SmackDown. Smart Psychology podcast says the Bloodline got it, but I feel this will be the moment where Sami makes Roman Reigns an eyebrow. Okay. We got Cortine who says, do you guys think that Sammy could turn on the Bloodline and join Kevin Owens? No, I think the turn is going to be Bloodline turning on Sammy, and then basically Sammy eventually will join Kevin Owens in fighting the Bloodline.
And I think when they join should be that event in Montreal, right?
I can see that. Like, yeah, it's Kevin Owens versus Roman, and the Bloodlines jumping Kevin Owens, and then you just hit the old music for Sammy.
Oh,
Imagine
yeah.
that pop.
Yeah,
Like he's been out since after War Games. Like you take him out of that, you keep him off until the Montreal show.
That's the moment you have them unite, and it might be a tearjerker. You might cry.
Absolutely, be the best reunion since the Golden Lovers. Absolutely,
there you go.
Ace says Roman Reigns hasn't lost a pay-per-view match yet. No, not even the 6-man at WrestleMania Backlash. This would be his first pay-per-view loss since.
Did he lose to Seth Rollins technically?
Yes, since Royal Rumble. Yes, since Royal Rumble. Since Royal Rumble, he lost by disqualification.
He didn't look like a loser to me.
Definitely didn't. Definitely did not. Clean Moan says Roman has lost matches before where he doesn't take the pin. So I agree with SP3. The Bloodline, I guess, loses with Jay taking the pin. Chris says Brawling Brutes wins. And we also got Queen Moan who says supposedly Roman won't be at Elimination Chamber. Oh, well, that sucks. I guess they'll do. Maybe they could do Sammy versus Jay at Elimination Chamber.
Damn. So that's the pay-per-view at Montreal?
Yeah.
Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
That sucks.
I know that does. That would have been great. Great to get two title matches with Roman before WrestleMania. That would have been great. All right. That is all of our predictions for WWE Survivor Series War Games. I am looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great show coming up this Saturday. Romeo, you're going to be on this channel a lot. You got tonight, Elite Heat. You got on Saturday, Survivor Series watch along. You got True Hill Heat Sports on Sunday. And you also got Thanksgiving. Well, and a programming note.
Leave me the fuck alone on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, programming note. We won't be going live tomorrow because it is Thanksgiving, but I will be dropping some content on the channel. It'll be pre-recorded content. Won't be any AE Ramble. Won't be Blunt Impact tomorrow. AE Ramble has been moved to Friday at 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. So same time you joined us here today. On Friday, you could join us for the review of tonight's AEW Dynamite. And then, of course, you got True Hill Heat 202 on Saturday, and you got Survivor Series watch along on Saturday and Sunday, the Survivor Series War Games Roundtable review. For Romeo, let the people know where they could follow you and when they'll see you next time.
True Hill Romeo, Twitter and Instagram, right here on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. I will not be on tonight for the Dynamite watch along, but we should have enough people to carry you through. Friday on the True Hill Heat Sports YouTube channel. If you're up early, 2 p.m. start. World Cup, USA versus England. Maybe I'll get some of my British friends to join me to watch that game. Saturday, the Survivor Series watch along, and Sunday on the sports channel, football all day. As far as Survivor Series goes, I expect when you review this, I expect a 8 out of 10 show. If it's anything less than that, they fucked up.
Yeah. I mean, 8 out of 10 show is pretty fair.
Do you think anything gets added? I was thinking, do they add Bray Wyatt, LA Knight?
That's what I was thinking as well. That's the one match that I probably would, if they want a last minute dive to respect the tradition of Survivor Series. I wouldn't mind something like maybe like Imperium and Legado versus New Day, Braun, and Hit Row in a Survivor Series elimination match. Yeah, give us something. Like, throw me something. Like, give me a 5-on-5, please.
Yeah, I'll take either one of those or both. You put one on the pre-show.
You can put the Survivor Series elimination match on the pre-show. I don't mind that either. So yes, and of course I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We are very thankful for everyone who supports us here at the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, True Hill Heat Sports, the Twitch channel, Patreon. You guys are so amazing. We've had a great year, hit a lot of goals, a lot of milestones that we've been looking to achieve. So we are very thankful for all of you. So we hope everyone out there has a very blessed, very great Thanksgiving day. Eat good, sleep good, and join us here back on Friday live for AE Ramble. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at SP3. You can check me out on the Believe in Pro Wrestling podcast. We got the Survivor Series War Games prediction show over there with a familiar face for True Hill Heat fans, as Stephanie Hypes will be joining me and Rick Ucchino previewing this card over on that channel. And then we got this Saturday, True Hill Heat 102 will be
202.
202. Excuse me. I get confused with this. The numbers, man. Numbers are hard. Numbers are hard. DeAndre, right? Dedrin. Excuse me. I always mispronounce names. I always have to check. Dedrin is going to be joining us live for True Hill Heat 202, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday. One of the co-hosts of House of Wrestling, going to be joining us. You've seen him here on the YouTube channel on one of our watch-alongs before. Now he's joining me, Miss Chrissy Love, to talk about this week in wrestling, talk about AEW Full Gear, preview Survivor Series. Tomorrow, I'm going to be dropping an exclusive list on the last weekend matches. So everything from Raw, from SmackDown, Rampage, Overdrive, Full Gear, New Japan Stardom event, as well as Stardom Gold Rush 2022. I got a list coming out on Thanksgiving Day just for all of y'all to enjoy. So you have some content here. So for Romeo, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. Enjoy Survivor Series. Enjoy Thanksgiving. This has been our WWE Survivor Series War Games preview